Rabbi Gold is unbelievable. You want somebody who does research on his stories. He actually brings down the people that the stories were affected, and he goes and they say the story. So there's a story about a person by the name of Shimi Weitzhandler. It's a person from Eretz Yisrael who was a violin player. And they flew him into California to play in some sort of dinner that was taking place in the Herzog Winery. And he lands by in LAX, he landed in the airport, and his host picks him up, drops him off at the house. And then they were going to travel to the winery, which is about an hour drive. They stop by the house, he drops off his suitcase, leaves his violin in the car. And, after it's time for them to get ready to go to the dinner, they pack up back in the car, and they drive for an hour. They get to the dinner right on time. They open up he opens up the trunk, and he sees the violin is gone. And he starts panicking. This is all that he was here for. And he goes to the host and says, "Where's the violin?" He says, "Where'd you put the violin?" He says, "I left it in the back of the car." He says, "Which car?" He says, "The car that you picked me up with." He says, "That was my wife's car." He says, "This is my car." He says, "I didn't know you had left anything in the back of there." And he says, "You got to be kidding me." He says, and the kicker is that he was the only one who had the keys for his wife's car. And there was no way that he would be able to drive back and come back again to get the violin. He thought he's done. He said they flew him in from Eretz Yisrael to California to play at a dinner, and now he has nothing. What is he going to do? You can't a cappella it. He was stuck. And, he thought his business was ruined. He says no one's going to hire him. A year later, he's sitting in Eretz Yisrael, he gets a phone call from the same administrator. He says, "Hi, we want to invite you back in to play at the dinner." He says, "Do you remember what happened last year?" He says, Yeah. He says, "No, listen, we know they understood his talent." He says, "We want to bring you back in." So he says, "Please, whatever it is, I want to go back in. Whatever it is, I want to make things right." So he flies back in. I'm sure this time he held it the entire time. He didn't put anything in the back. He goes and he plays, at the Herzog, winery at the dinner, like he's never played before. The emotion and everything that he put inside over there, because he has a second chance. He has a second chance that he never had before. So many times in life, we have a background music that plays in our life. We have our tune, if I can call it, that's going in our life. And you have a chance to choose what is the tune that you're going to choose to be playing your life. You have an option of succeeding, and you have an option of failing. And I think you all know what that option really is. But even more so, I want to finish off with one lesson that he brings down from this type of, from this story. He goes and says like this. He says that, many times in life we mess up. We fall. We crash. We burn. And sometimes we want nothing more than just to fix that. We feel so bad. We fell. We could do it better. And sometimes all we want to do is like, "Oh, please, God, please Hashem, please just give me one more shot." It's a thought that goes on everybody's mind on the deathbed. So just give me one more shot. One more shot to do it right. So guess what? Baruch Hashem, you guys are all young over here. You have another shot. You have another shot to choose how you're going to live your life. It's not only relevant only to music. It's relevant to everything else. All the other entertainment, all the other external stimuli that you're going to be putting into yourself. It is all going to depend on how you're going to live those moments. Those moments of entertainment is going to affect you and how you are on your highest and strongest point. All I'm asking, and I'll finishing off. I know I finished off 3 times already. Finish off really with this. Be true to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Realize the effect that it has on you physically and spiritually. And Emir Hashem, when you actually do think about that, I can guarantee you're going to make the right choice.
Thank you for listening to the Guard Your Eyes Daily Chizuk broadcast. Pass them on to your friends and help spread Kedusha in the world.